All right, James Harnsberger here, Wealth by Design. And as promised, we have brought back Tina Dixon and Mr. Ulysses. And we're going to dig into it today. And I got just a couple of questions because what we're going to be doing is doing the follow-up. What are we doing? We're doing follow-up. So moving to the next step. Here's the thing.
I'll explain.
This is not, never was intended, never will be intended to be a process about filling out a budget worksheet, right? It's never been about any of that. Those tools are important tools, but let me tell you what was more important than anything else, and you did it. And I'm so proud of you. Susan's so proud of both of you. And, you know, you just know people are special when they're put into your life in a way that just you don't know, right? And you just know that there's something different about that, right?
Yes.
And so we felt the same way. And we even talked that night after meeting on the elevator and then at the little deli.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
DZ
And so
Wow.
let me ask you both a question, because somebody could sit there and show you videos until you throw up, right? And I watched some of those videos and I threw up, right? Because here's what pisses me off. Those videos are designed to do that thing in the brain with the happy juice thing and make you feel good and get you to the point where you're going to hit a buy button.
Yeah, and the link is always down at the bottom.
And the link is always at the bottom, right?
And I really think
Massive
they're sincere.
persuasion.
They seem so sincere when they start up. And I'm like, yeah, I got a connection here.
That can
Yeah.
be trade too.
Yeah,
You
but that's all.
persuading
Yeah,
people to
that's
do
all
things.
scripted. That's
yeah.
all. And I'm not. I don't know. But I just think that is manipulative in a way
It
that
is when you don't get
the
results.
games are rigged and you don't get the results that were committed, right?
Nobody's calling
So
follow-up.
so I gave you something that was old school, because I'm old school, right? And worked for me back in the day. I mean, I got into the tax industry before we had software. We did tax returns by hand.
Oh.
I'm not
Oh,
shitting you.
wow.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
That's
I
a long
remember
time
that.
ago.
yeah, that
You
was
not
82.
No, yeah,
1982.
I remember it. Yeah.
I had 600 clients all by hand.
What?
Yeah, no shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And what I gave you was the most practical thing that I ever did in my life, that my mentor gave to me. Take an envelope, and every time you spend $1 or more, write a receipt, get a receipt, put it in there, and then at the end of the month, put it in 2 piles. This pile what you wanted, and this pile what you absolutely needed. And boy, I mean, talk about a 4th of July moment, right?
Yes.
Independence. Because I was the problem, right? I was the problem in the sense that I didn't realize.
Right.
I had no clue. Nothing's changed since then. It's still the same. The receipts are electronic, so you either print or write it on a note. Put it in the envelope at the end of 30 days. Put 2 piles.
Yes. It's that time.
The smallest pile, the 20%, is what you need. Everything else is what you want. And now you have a choice.
Yes.
Because it's not where did my money go, it's I didn't tell it where to go, so there's where it went. Right? It's not complicated.
Rocket science. No, it's exactly what you said.
No, it's
And
true.
when we looked on, as I was writing them down, before we calculated one or the other, you could see. I could see that, you know what? That $35 from, what's the Popeye's chicken with the meat?
Right. Oh, I love
Because
Popeyes. And I
I
love
remember
it.
one
love them
Saturday
with
we
that.
were talking, and we went out to buy fish
Right.
because we were supposed to go to the store that Monday.
Right.
You know, to buy
Oh, that's the day
groceries.
we had group.
And so we just went to eat the fish, and that was like $30, and we could
Right.
have
Can we
made
go
something.
today?
Just went to
Can
the
we
store.
go today?
Right.
Yeah, it's true. It's not that we're bad.
No.
We just do bad things with our
No.
money. No.
When we got a house full of food, we just
Well,
want to eat
something
out.
you didn't want to eat. but
that's
but
true.
it goes the same way, right? I mean, you can look on there and tell.
Well, that flag waves both ways. You're
Yes,
right.
it does.
It does. But that's not the point. The point of the exercise is not to say good or bad.
Right.
The point of the exercise is to say something that you did that was different, that maybe you didn't do before.
Okay.
And when you do this, you're going to know something that you didn't know before. You're going to know where the money went. Now you have a choice to tell it where to go, so you don't have to ask where it went. In my belief, and it's only my belief, it's like my opinion. Nobody's really paying me for my opinion, right? I give it unsolicited a lot of times, and some people are blunt and say, just shut up, okay? And then I'll shut up. But when you do this, and I believe this is one of the most powerful things that we can come to recognize about us being human beings, being human, is that we always have a choice, right? We always have a choice. And anytime a human being has more choices than less choices, or feeling like they have less choices,
Yes.
that higher part of who they are, that confident part, steps up. Always steps up. And so it's a process
Okay.
to keep you connected to that better part of the purpose that you have already. I'm not doing shit. I'm just showing you stuff. You're doing all the work. I don't do anything, right? Except show you something different. But it's important stuff. It's really important stuff. Because as you get to 45, as you get to age 50, as you get to 55, 60, 65, you start realizing, hey,
Yes.
I actually do have an expiration date,
Yes.
right? And that shit does matter. And now, do I do this, or do I have to make up for lost time? You can't make up for lost time.
No.
Time is gone.
Yes.
That's like, do you have a minute?
No.
Because it turns into 90 and I'll never get it back,
Yeah.
right?
You said something about time, James, and I think it was one day this week we was talking about time, and so so many times in life I put things off, right?
Right.
And I always had the attitude is, catch me if you can. I want to owe you, and over like the credit cards come in, I accept them.
Right.
That's what I've done. I even filed bankruptcy
Right.
about 15 years ago, and
Right.
then it all. But my thing is that it's kind of hard. Like I'm 64,
Right.
and I haven't seen my daughter in a few years.
Right.
Only because I don't want to go out there and spend no money and have to come back and be faced with the rent or the car note
Right.
and all that stuff. But I'm getting to the point where that don't matter anymore. I don't care if I die broke. That's the reason why I mention that is because it's going to be a controversy between the two of us. She doesn't feel that at all.
No, I don't.
Right.
Of course, she's 52 years old too.
I'm not 52 yet. Don't rush me.
No?
I'm
Don't make her
51.
any
51?
older
I'm
than she is,
51.
yeah.
Oh
And
man,
I'm never
I
gonna
got to
die.
get on
I'm
the
not
couch
gonna die
now.
broke.
No,
I have anything
but
to do with it.
not that you want to
Uh,
die broke.
And I don't ever want to use
But
the
I
word
just
broke.
no.
I'm not broke.
Don't get stuck on the wording. Just listen to the message because if you hear what I'm saying, maybe you not understand, but you may could see it from a different way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things I didn't do
Right.
before you that I probably should have done. I don't have those memories. And now in my mind, I want to have some memories.
I
Yeah.
understand.
If I die today, I want to die with a good memory of something that I've done.
Absolutely.
And because you never seen a U-Haul on the back of a hearse.
Right.
It's not.
I haven't.
I can't take it with me.
Right.
And that could be hindering for the
Well,
two of
no,
us.
I think here's the thing, and I'm not any expert in this area, but I can tell you from just experience and working with clients as many years as I have, and just the shit that even stuff that Susan and I work with. Look, the way I look at it, and I'll just try to keep this as basic because that's how I process
Okay.
stuff, very basic. I look at life like a book, right? And you got a fixed number of pages that you don't know how many there are.
Right.
And each page is a day in your life, right? And every day you get a chance to write your story, right? Every day you get a chance to write your story. I think a good part of a lot of shit that gets in the way is the baggage, the shit that we carry around that we can't do anything, shoulda, woulda, coulda crap that we couldn't do anything about. Even if we wanted to, we can't. And I think that gets a lot in our way about what we do in writing the story today. What's our story today? And if your story today is make a difference, then make a difference today. I get up in the morning and I just thank God I woke up because I friggin' won. I'm awake. I'm alive.
Yes.
Yep. I pinch myself. I'm alive. Right. I'm already ahead. And I mean that from the sense that now I have a day. I have a day ahead of me that I can make a lot of choices to do something. When you're in a marriage, it's a different dynamic because you got different personalities, different money habits, different money experiences, different money issues. All of that stuff comes, and there's always three people in the marriage. There's you, her, and the collective you, right?
Yeah.
The uni-you, right? Not unicorn, uni-you, right? And the challenge with the money part of it is that there are ways that you would do things or not, and there are ways she will do things or not. And then there has to be some way that you collectively do things.
There you go.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rather than stake out, look, I mean, I learned this a long time ago too. Like just because you're a hammer doesn't mean everybody's a nail, right? Well, every hill that you climb isn't a battle that you have to fight. Some hills aren't worth climbing
Right.
and fighting over, right?
Right.
There's a bunch of shit that not shit, but there's a bunch of stuff that Susan does that in my, like for the kittens. We got these two little kittens that we adopted like a year ago, right? This lady lied through her teeth. She said they were 8 weeks. These kittens weren't 5 weeks if they were a day.
My goodness.
I could put two of them in my coffee cup and have room for coffee.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. And we nursed those little bastards to
That one, we
health
got
and
two bad ones.
and
Them are big.
they walk on a leash. Okay, you ever see a cat walk on a leash?
No.
No,
they
but
do.
he needs one.
Yeah.
Really?
No, she trained them because they're not allowed to go outside
That's
by
what I was thinking.
themselves.
We should try that.
They're not by them. You can't do it for an adult cat because they'll fight you.
No, I have kittens, but
Yeah,
then
little
one of them
kittens.
runs off and he
Yeah, one of
opens
them's
the
a year and a
screen
half.
door and
Yeah.
everything.
And so our beautiful home, right, is a cat box, a cat house.
Yeah.
It's got cat shit everywhere. It's got play toys.
Oh,
I come
Susan.
down the stairs the other night and I
Yes.
stepped on a mouse.
Yes.
Not a real mouse, a goodie
toy.
mouse. And it's a little plastic thing that you put little kitty goodies in, and then they play with it and get the little goodies out, and then they win the game. They get the goodie, right? I stepped on that coming down the stairs. Did I have something to say? No.
No, you can't.
No.
Right.
Even when they knock over all your
No.
plants,
And
eat
it's
your
the
lettuce.
same thing, the way that they nails them bruise a good dining set.
Yeah, it
And the
doesn't matter.
Or
I,
eat your
and I
indoor
just
no,
said
here's
to
my
garden.
myself,
point. That's not a
Don't
hill
matter.
I'm going to die on.
Right.
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 My wife is happy,
I love my cats.
okay?
And that's all the difference.
That's
in
all
the
that
world.
counts.
There it is.
It's a thing, right?
I get your point.
So with your money, it's the same thing. And that's a long way around to the Melberry Bush to get
No,
to the
but-
point that
but-
I'm
No,
trying
it's
to
true
make.
because I didn't
You're
like
talking
cats.
to
I
a
didn't want
layman.
cats
Yeah.
around me.
No, I
Yeah.
get it.
I used to be like,
That's
"What
a
with those
perfect
hairy things
example.
around me?"
Because that's how that shit works, right? It works. We do what works. And
Yeah.
when we're doing shit that's not working, let's just not do that. You're not going to agree on every financial decision. You're not going to agree on every financial issue. But on the big shit, there should be some
Kind of,
middle ground
yeah.
that you stake out,
And
right?
it's fair. It's-
All right.
And
It
Let's,
yes.
doesn't have
fair.
to be
It is fair.
realistic because the money is so I know. The
well, it's
money is so
transient.
touchy.
It's transient in the sense that today's today and tomorrow's tomorrow. But
Yeah,
we've got going somewhere, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
here's
we
my
are,
final
and
point.
I'm really excited.
Here's my
Yeah,
final point,
yeah.
and then we're gonna wrap up. I think you guys have done great in the short time. from the last time that we did the first videos. And I've seen a lot, and I know that you're doing the work because you're going through the different things, right? And
Yeah.
Talk about it.
some days are great, and some days, oh my God, are you serious? Not this, right?
Yeah, seriously.
I get that. I get that. And that's why we're there for that support. But here's the big thing. Where you're at today, if you could put it so people that are watching and following this, and just what's your takeaway where you're at today? What's a takeaway that you took away from this? Because it's only been a month, and look where you're at now. I mean, imagine. I told you it won't take a year.
Oh,
I
yes.
told you that.
Yes, you did.
Right?
Yes, you
God
did.
is my witness.
Yes, you did.
I told you that. Right? It won't take a year.
And it won't. If
It
we
won't.
focus. And if we, the suggestions, because you don't actually tell us what to do.
No.
but you give us
Believe in the
suggestions.
process.
And
That's where I am today, because I believe that it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's going to be different, not better or worse, but different.
Different.
And I'm going to be able to. I'm learning to look at things a little differently.
All right.
Not personally, not being stupid,
Right.
not because I like to say what I want to say and hope you understand,
Right.
but because I believe in the direction.
Right.
I can't
That's awesome.
say it any clearer than that.
That's
because
awesome. How about for you?
a couple of things. One, I just want to say, you kept telling me that you're not going to be teaching me anything that I already didn't have.
That's right.
And it took probably since maybe the last 2 weeks or a week and a half, I've started to come to that realization, like, wait a minute, I didn't know that, but wait.
You already know
And
all
it kind
this.
of clicks. Like when we do I just want to say that the readings are very instrumental because they definitely are aligned with where I am as far as being mindful of how I spend my money, where the money is going. I had an auto ship go by, I almost lost it. Like, how did I miss that one? So what I've noticed in the last 30 days is that my approach definitely has changed
Okay.
for the better. It doesn't mean like overnight, no, I'm not rich, but I've established some things that have gotten me well on my way. I've got a bill paid off that I didn't
It's
expect a
true.
bill paid
Yeah,
off.
it's
true.
Okay, that was $1,000.
It's true.
That's
So that
true.
was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't-
could have lingered that bill on
yeah,
longer.
and I
or
said,
just
you know
get
what?
it out and
I
take
just
it off
want to
the
show,
thing.
like, I just want to pay something off, so I'm serious, and I'm gonna do this. And so
That is
I was
awesome.
so happy to send that
Yeah.
to Alan. I was ecstatic,
Yeah.
and that helped me now. Like when I am
Are
doing
you
the
ready
project.
for Big Con?
No, tickle
No.
your amygdala. I just want to talk about tickle your amygdala.
Yeah.
Because it's so profound it plays in so many aspects of
Right.
every aspect of our
Of
lives.
our life.
And so what I didn't understand is I had that already.
Right.
I just never put it to its
Connected
finances.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm just like on the brink of like, oh my God, like the skies are even brighter, the rainbow's brighter. Like
And
to
that
me,
stuff
so
that
that's where
Neil
I'm at.
Slade wrote and
Yes.
that we have up on the website
Yes.
is it's so easy to understand.
It is.
Number one, this guy is just wonderful. The work that he's done over the many
It really
decades,
is.
and the fact that and that confirms what I was telling you. You already know how to do all of this stuff. You already have all that you need. All I am doing in my purpose in life is to show you what you already can see.
That's a big deal.
But it's a big deal.
Because no one
You
showed
heard
me
the
this.
blink list,
so
right?
Yeah.
During the time when you started talking about time and the money, I
Right.
think that was maybe 2 Saturdays,
Yeah.
not the last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
I was listening to another, I forget the guy's name, and he was on the same subject. You know, they 15-minute, 20-minute
Right.
segments. And he almost in different ways said what you said and associated
Oh,
the
I think
time.
it's The Death of Money. I think that's the name of it, something like that.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
podcast.
And
yeah.
it's definitely related. It sounded just like you in
In
a
different-
sense, but
in a
different
different
ways.
way.
But it was pretty much aligned with
It kind
how
of
he feels.
solidified how I took what you had said.
Right.
If everybody says a monkey, you might as well get us some peanuts. No.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I'm a duck and I'd
Is
rather
that-
quack.
Right.
Quack.
But I'm going to
Right.
Chris,
Yeah, we got
Right.
because I don't know if she's woke or not.
Right. All right. Well, no, we're going to wrap up. So the last point, I know when we talked shortly after we did the last segments, we had done some preliminary research on some items,
Yes.
right? Okay. So we put that out and did a little bit more, and what I'm telling you now is that we're now coming full circle, and I hope by next week that we will have a confirmation of my preliminary position,
Yes.
because I think if we can get to that point with a couple of other things that I'm going to share with you, the financial part will probably be able to be turned around in less than half the time of 1 year.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
On a big deal.
Debt-free.
No, it would be a big
Debt-free.
deal. It would be a big
Debt-free.
deal.
Wow. Wow.
And so I just want to encourage you that, and the only reason I'm telling you that now is that I believe that our preliminary results that we did the research on are going to be confirmed, that is possible for all those
wow.
things. Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I
Really,
got it.
Tina?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, I want to be respectful of.
No, I
certain-
get it. No,
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
you. But that's
Read between the
amazing.
lines.
I got it.
So we'll continue working on that and going into next week. Hopefully by next week we'll have a final confirmation. What we want to do now is we want to take the next 90 days and carve out some specific steps. Okay. One for each 30 days. And then you get to both define how you want that to look, because it's your money, it's your life. But I know the steps that are going to be important from where we're at right now. Okay. So my job as the mentor is to show you the steps. And then your job is to say, bullshit, I'm not ready to take those steps. We'll do it Tuesday, right? Or we're ready, right? If you're ready, and then you clarify the financial aspects of them, because again, it's your life and money, then we can go into April taking some very important next steps. Okay. And I think the cool thing about that is you're already at a point where normally it takes about 60 to 90 days for people to get where you're at right now. You've done it in about 30.
Yes.
So I know that's high motivation, and I know
Yes.
that's serious commitment. So I like to reward that in the sense that I want to get that for you sooner rather than later.
Wow.
We're going to take the rest of the month and put that together for you.
Yes. Thank you.
So that you can have a solid footing going forward.
Wow.
At the end of the day, I don't know how many people are going to watch and do whatever we have and share, but here's the thing. I don't care. What I care about is those that do watch, those that do need a little bit of help and direction. That's who we're going to help.
And I'm going to tell them.
That's who we're going to help.
You're going to find out on the next one what it was.
Right? That's who we're going to help.
Yes.
So whoever shows up, right?
That's right.
It's
So
all
we're
good.
here.
It's all
and
good.
we can say help one person, then that's it. As long as we continue to pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
And that's what's important.
All right.
We can't keep it to ourselves.
Yeah. Are we good?
I'm
We good.
blessed.
Awesome.
Thank
James Harnsberger here, Wealth by Design. I'll see you on the next take.